Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets, presented by BettingPros. You know me, you know the voice, no guys. Me, really real, Villarreal, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, let me start by saying this. I appreciate everybody that clicks onto this show. Whether you are somebody that speeds through the entire episode and just gets to the picks at the end, or whether you actually listen from start to finish. Or if you're the person that doesn't care for my yapping at all and you just fast forward to when I actually talk about the games. I appreciate everybody. But slight Easter egg for those that listen from start to finish and been rocking with me for a minute. Because on the 100th episode, I said I have no idea if I'm actually at 100 episodes or not. Because I sometimes get mixed up with the numbers, and there was a time where I thought I messed up and I might have did the same number twice. It was over the weekend. I thought I might have did it again, and I always, for a really really long time, felt like that I never really was on the right number, but I was kind of like one or two off or something like that. I now confirm that I am in fact on the right number, and I never lost count at all. This is the 159th episode of Fast Break Bets, and I realized, because I was sitting there, I'm like, oh wait, if I started on a Monday, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the entire way. Of course, I didn't think about that. It sounds so super obvious when you think about it now, but when you weren't thinking about it in the moment, I'm like, oh, I guess this is episode 100. But because it fell on a Friday, I should have knew that it was 100% episode 100. Unless I just messed up a whole week, and I'm pretty sure I didn't mess up a whole week. So that was something that I was thinking about earlier. Like, oh, I am. I literally just like had that revelation earlier. Like, oh, this must be actually 159 because Thursday for tomorrow's 160 Friday. Like this, I should be right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure I never lost count. So when I say this is the 159th episode of Fast Break Bets, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that being the 159th episode of Fast Break Bets. And it was a wash. It was cool. It started off good and it could have got better. We had a fun sweat, but the end plays were just horrible, and that sucks. So, recap: we had the Bulls and the Heat over 226. That was a sweat. I think they had what, like 105, 106, something like that, points at half. And I was like, oh, we're not trending well there. But then they just torched it and lit it up in the second half. Appreciate you. That comes through. Cash. OKC team total over. I got 117 and a half. Whatever you got, I'm telling you, it probably cash. OKC absolutely dominated the Suns here. They had like 101 points after three quarters. So again, thank you for the Suns. Thank you for the Suns. Thank you for the Mavericks. Two really, really good trends that I started backing after the All-Star break. And they just, every single time that I needed a win, except that last time with the Mavericks, but every single time I needed a win, right back to those plays. I really appreciate the Mavericks and the Suns, and me kind of figuring that trend out. It was like right after the All-Star break, and we just kept playing it ever since. And it's been really, really good. So shout out to them. Then Sabonis, Westbrook, two plays in that Nuggets and Kings game, and two plays that I just was completely off on. I expected more points in the game, to be honest. And even with that, Sabonis just didn't get there on the boards. So, you know what? It is what it is. Well, there's a potential for Sabonis to have gotten there on the boards. So, yet again, I got frustrated and I just started recording the episode. He had 7 when I got into the booth to begin to finish my prep and get ready to record. He now has 10 in the fourth quarter. I still think he's going to fall short and I'm not going to win. So I'm going to continue going and treat this as an L. But I guess there is a potential for Sabonis to go over this. But it really didn't look good, guys. So uh, let me know what happens there in the comments. Sorry. So let's get into it. I have two more plays for you on Thursday, the 159th and officially 159th episode of Fast Break Bets. But first, gotta talk to you about that Robert Horry jersey. One more time. Like, come on, go out there. And it's really, really easy, guys. It helps us, it helps the show, it helps me continue to be able to do this content for you guys. Just subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and you have a chance to win a Robert Horry jersey. You're not losing anything, and you could potentially come away with a really, really dope jersey. And shout out to our friends, courtesy of Pristine Auction. What you do with the jersey after that is none of my business. It is none of my business. Honestly, I might know a bunch of people that would love to take said jersey off your hands. So just kind of let me know. Let me know what you want to do there. You ain't hear it from me, but you gotta get the entry to have a chance to win the jersey first. So go over there, subscribe, comment, and that's all I need from you. That's all I need. All right. Two plays. Let's go to the first game. It's a performance double of sorts. The New York Knicks are traveling to the Motor City to play the Detroit Pistons. Pistons laying 5.5. They're laying 5.5 because the Knicks aren't playing. Josh Hart is out. He's out with a knee injury. You've got OG Anunoby, who is out with a thumb injury. And you got Mitchell Robinson, who is out with injury management. And then you got on the Detroit Pistons side of the ball, Cade Cunningham, probable to play here. Tobias Harris is also probable for this game. And then you got Beef Stew as a Stewart coming off the bench, questionable. So, if you put a gun to my head, yes, I do think Detroit covers the game. Do I think the Knicks could have some type of foolishness in this game where they make this one a little bit closer? Maybe even Detroit is down. And in the early part of the game, it looks like, oh man, why would you ever bet Detroit? Yeah, I could see that. But I think they rally up and get the win at the end. Detroit is in a battle with Milwaukee right now for the 5 seed. The difference in the 4 seed and the 5 seed this year is the fact that you get to play either the Knicks or the Pacers. I think everybody wants to go play the Pacers right now. I would be so frustrated as a fan if we got another Bucks Pacers series. I would be extremely frustrated, especially with no Damian Lillard. I would be extremely frustrated as a fan. Nobody wants to see that mess, man. Nobody want to see that. That is honestly, is that even an interesting answer this? Riddle me this. Riddle me this, people. Bucks Pacers go 7 games. Are you going to be interested if you're not a Bucks or a Pacers fan? Are you really, really, really going to be interested in this game? No. We hate these teams. They are very annoying. Neither one of them are going for. I think both of them are out in the next round. I really, really don't want to see that series. So please, Detroit, I need you to win. Win, 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 win. They're going to have to win out, though. And that's a lot. But the fact that they have a chance makes me feel good enough that they're going to continue to try for 4 quarters here and probably walk out with a win against the Knicks here. The Knicks are, I mean, with all of those injuries in a team that already doesn't have a lot of depth, that means you're going to see probably a lot of campaign, probably a lot of Landry Shamet, maybe some DeLon Wright. Uh, I don't want anything to do with that. Maybe Cat plays the entire game here because I mean, what other big do the Knicks have that they're throwing out there to relieve him? So maybe you see a lot of Cat in this game. Maybe Cat has a big game, and maybe that's enough to pull the Knicks through. I think Detroit has enough for a win here. So this is how I'm going to play it. I like Cade Cunningham in this game. Cade Cunningham has gone over 25 points in four of his last five. Four of his last five against the Knicks. So I don't want to lay the points, even though I do think they probably could cover the spread. Just a little nervous. Give me Cade Cunningham, 25 plus points and a win, plus 110. That's play number one. I feel pretty I feel pretty good about that. I think Detroit's going to come in here. They're going to make a statement. They also know that this is probably more likely their playoff matchup. And I think they make a statement here at home. And then the Knicks proceed to, I wouldn't say destroy them in a playoff series, but they're probably going to win a playoff series against Detroit. All right, so that's what we're doing there. Knicks already have beaten JB Bickerstaff in a playoff series before, by the way. Next game up, next play that I want to give you is actually going to the other side of this Detroit Pistons, Milwaukee Bucks thing that I have going on here. The Bucks are playing the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans are laying 15. I'm sorry, Pelicans are catching 15. Bucks are laying 15. Pelicans laying 15 would be hilarious. No, Bucks are laying 15 here. However, I'm just going to take Giannis. I don't trust anything going on in Milwaukee. I wouldn't lay 15 points with Milwaukee at all. Maybe they cover it. Maybe they don't. That's not a part of my handicap at all. What I do know is probably going to happen is Giannis is probably going to have a really, really good game here. Giannis has been very, very good recently. In fact, one could say Giannis is trying to drag this Milwaukee Bucks team into some type of relevancy that I wish that he would really, really stop so that we could just start again next year. It doesn't have to be right now, but just start again next year. So, as of now, we have Giannis over 44 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. He's been over this in 10 of his last 15 games. He's been over this in his last two games against the New Orleans Pelicans. Gave it a 5-star rating over there at the prop bet cheat sheet. I really like the play. I think that I'm just going to continue to back Giannis. Giannis has been, like I said, he's been going over. He's been over this line in 8 straight games at this point. And the only thing that can kill this is the fact of maybe this is a blowout and Giannis doesn't play the fourth quarter. And I understand that's the risk of me making this play here. And if somebody wants to fade that and with that risk, then I'm perfectly fine. I understand that. But this is also me just fading the Milwaukee Bucks and saying they're not going to get this New Orleans Pelicans team out of there as quickly as they should. So Giannis is going to be forced to continue to play more minutes. And the Pelicans have absolutely no answer for Giannis, like at all. Like I don't Kelly Olynyk, Missy is cool, but like no, like they don't have any answer for Giannis here. So I think Giannis is going to be able to have a dominant, really, really big game and just put up a full stat sheet, whether it's through assists, rebounds, points, all of that. So give me Giannis to go over 44 and a half points, rebounds, and assists here. That's play number 2. And that is how I close things out. Cade Cunningham, 25 plus and a win. Don't need them to cover the spread, just a W plus 110. Giannis, over 44 and a half PRA. And that's how we will close things out. All right. At really real __ on X. Make sure you give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok at BettingPros NFL on Instagram at youtube.com/BettingPros, where you can once again subscribe, like the video if you would, and also drop a comment for your chance to win that really, really nice Robert Horry signed jersey. Lakers jersey, by the way. If you're not, youtube.com/bettingpros to be able to see what the jersey looks like. And Robert Horry's actually really good. Yeah, that's a pretty good signature. I appreciate people's signature that I can look at and be like, oh, that's Robert Horry. I hate. I'm sorry, going off another tangent real quick. I hate when celebrities have signatures that I can't tell that is their signature. So, fun fact. You know that I am a New York Giants fan. And I'm a diehard New York Giants fan. I'm not gonna lie. My dad, diehard New York Giants fan. That's where I get it from. And so when the Giants won the 2008 Super Bowl against Tom Brady, I don't really remember how I think that my dad worked with somebody that was cool with Plaxico Burress because Platt's from the area that I grew up. He, frequent around there. I think that he was cool with Plaxico Burress. I gotta go ask my dad what the official story was that because I don't really remember. But he was able to get not only Plax's autograph on a newspaper clipping, but he got the autograph of everybody on that Super Bowl team. And like it's a really, really nice like piece of memorabilia. But when I was looking at it, I'm like, yo, how I'm supposed to know these the dudes on the team? I'm like, yo, this could be anybody. Like he could have wrote, my dad could have wrote anybody joint up there and said that was the team. And so I'm like, yo, dad, how I know this legit? Like how I know this official? And so I really hate when celebrities, athletes, all like if you have a signature, make it look like your name somewhat. I know mine. You can see I do T Furman, and I think it's T Furman Jr. I think it's very, very defined that you can see that this is a T Furman and a Junior. Like, make it so I can at least be able to be like, oh yeah, that's him. Like, that's him. Who was it? Was it Trey Young? It was somebody else with a horrible autograph that I was like, oh, that sucks. Okay, I just went on a random tangent at the end. I'm sorry. Nothing else say, nothing else do. No other way of ending the podcast, just ending like this. We are out of here.